Assalamualaikum. Hello, I'm Kevin. I'm a student from Class A of the year 2022. First of all, I would like to thank God for His grace and blessings. Without His guidance, I would never be able to present this crucial task of mine. Next, I would like also to thank Mrs. Setia Aryani, a lecturer of mine in extensive writing course, for her assistance. Okay, before delving into the main elements of my microfiction, I would absolutely love to convey a brief explanation that encapsulates the simple definition of microfiction itself first. Okay, so what is microfiction? Microfiction can be conveniently regarded as flash fiction. Therefore, it is a certain way of telling very short stories to the audience or to the readers. Okay, next, you may take a look at my microfiction here for a moment, or you may pause here for a while. Okay, next, let's talk about the intrinsic elements of my microfiction. First thing first, let's talk about the character of my microfiction. The main character, an 18-year-old, is depicted as an innocent, vulnerable, and needing affection and support culprit. This means that there is only one single character within my microfiction. Next, let's talk about the theme and the genre of the story, the microfiction. There is a variety of themes that can be discovered throughout my microfiction, such as innocence, vulnerability, self-acceptance, and the role of faith in the character's life. Okay, the genre of the story is character study. What is character study? Character study is a type of story that concentrates on the feelings and the thoughts of a main characters. Okay, next, let's talk about the conflicts of the microfiction. The internal conflict of the story is situated within the character's mind, including self-doubt, concerns about the future, and a desire for affection and acceptance. It should be simply convenient for us to comprehend the whole conflict of the microfiction. Next, let's talk about the plot. What is the plot first? The plot is one of the most essential elements of a story. Therefore, the plot a plot must consist of at least four stages, which are orientation, complication, climax, and resolution. Orientation. The story takes place at a point where an 18-year-old teenager is portrayed as an innocent, neglected, and devastated individual. Despite his age, he retains a childlike innocence and plays with childish things. He is familiar with his vulnerability and realizes that he can act mature. As you guys have read from my microfiction, it is obvious that he knows when he should be cringy, and he knows when he should be mature, firm, or fierce. Complication. The character seems to contemplate his life, feeling regret and self-blame for past mistakes. Apparently, he has been blaming on himself for his mistakes in the past. Okay, he becomes emotional, shedding tears as he reflects on his life. Climax. The character lays in bed. He hopes for a miracle. He keeps his actual emotions hidden from people. He doesn't want to show his actual emotions to the people around him. Okay. Next, resolution. Despite his inner struggles, the character still interacts with others using his innocence and pure heart. He expresses gratitude for the people who genuinely care about him. He prays to God. He keeps on constantly praying to God. He hopes for guidance and comfort. The character finally gets moments of happiness solely in class with his friends, and he is certainly convinced that everything will be just fine. The setting and the point of view of the story. The setting must be implicitly portrayed in some common places, such as in a room and in a classroom. The point of view of the story is in the third person. Why? There is only one single particular reason why the story is in third person. It's because it uses pronouns. Pronouns like he and him are widely utilized within the microfiction. And the last, what is the moral value of the story? The story highlights that we have to sustain our support systems in order to help someone who is vulnerable cope with their difficulties. The story also reminds us to appreciate the positive aspects of our lives and the support we receive, even when faced with inner struggles. I think that's all from me. I'm Kevin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.